Right now, everything in this house is running. The fridge, the router, the lights, and it's costing me nothing. It's not a trick or a subsidy. It's because of this. This is the EcoFlow STREAM AC 5000. Let's get into it, because from 2027 onwards, you're probably gonna want one of these. Hey, it's me, Martijn. I test smart and battery-powered gadgets so you don't waste your money or time. And the STREAM AC 5000 is finally available. And I've been going through it in detail. The unboxing, the build quality, and every number in the spec sheet. In this video, I'll show you what has changed compared to the older models, the regular STREAM series, which you can find, by the way, here in the top right corner, and where I think EcoFlow got it right and where they didn't. So let's start with the unboxing. In the box, you first of all get a wall mounting bracket, screws and plugs, the installation manual, as well as the power cable. Then the unit itself. The total shipped weight, including packaging, is around 47 kilograms, so this is not a light delivery to carry upstairs. The first thing I noticed compared to the older STREAM models is the housing. It's moved from plastic to a full aluminum enclosure. That's not just a cosmetic choice, because aluminum doesn't burn while plastic does, and it's paired with an upgraded automatic fire suppression system and a pressure relief valve inside the casing. It just feels like a proper step up. More premium, less like a plastic appliance. The display has changed too. The older STREAM unit gives you a light bar that roughly told you the state of charge. This one shows you the exact percentage, and the surface has a brushed, almost matte finish instead of glossy plastic. Small details, but it matters if it's gonna sit in your living room. Now, one of the questions a lot of people brought up: weight. The STREAM AC 5000 weighs nearly 45 kilograms, but that doesn't tell the whole story. This unit holds 5 kilowatt hours of capacity versus 1.92 kilowatt hours on the AC Pro and 3.08 kilowatt hours on the Ultra X. Divide capacity by weight and you get roughly 111 watt hours per kilogram. That's the energy density. Competitors like Jackery and Zendur are anywhere from 80 to 96 watt hour, I believe, per kilogram. So this is one of the more efficient batteries I've come across. It's also compact on the floor, with about a 40% smaller footprint than comparable 5 kilowatt hour batteries, largely down to the vertical stackable design instead of the horizontal layout some competitors use. Let's get back one more time to the aluminum housing, because it does more than looking just good. The cooling fins on the previous generation were about 20 mm deep. On the AC 5000, they're close to 40 mm, roughly double and taller too. Combine that with the aluminum enclosure acting as one big heatsink. That matters because a 3000 watt inverter that is inside this housing generates a lot of heat. And better thermal management usually means it can sustain higher output for longer. And above all, that's generally good news for long-term battery health. On its own, the base unit outputs 2500 watt on a dedicated circuit. To unlock the full 3000 watt, you need one of two things: either an expansion battery connected to the system, or solar production happening somewhere in the house at the same time. Without either one of those, you're capped at 2500 watt on a dedicated circuit. And on a shared circuit, rather than a dedicated one, that limit drops to 800 watt. So 3000 watts is real, but it's not something you get out of the box on day one. It's the ceiling once the system is expanded or paired with existing solar. Capacity-wise, this battery is officially 5024 watt hour. Let's call it 5 kilowatt hours. You can stack up to 2 expansion batteries onto the main unit, taking a single setup to 15 kilowatt hours. Go further with EcoFlow's gateway and you can combine up to 6 units into one system for a maximum of 90 kilowatt hours of storage and 18 kilowatt for combined output. That's a different scale than a typical plug-in battery. One thing to flag clearly: you cannot put solar panels, or you cannot plug solar panels directly into the battery. If you want panels wired straight into the battery, that's the standard STREAM 5000 or the Ultra X, not this AC variant. And this is also why I mentioned 2027 at the beginning of this video, because here in the Netherlands, the net metering scheme for solar panels will end on January 1st, 2027. Right now, the electricity you send back to the grid can still be offset against electricity you take from the grid. But once the net metering ends, using more of your own solar energy becomes much more interesting. And that's exactly where a battery like this comes in. Let's quickly go over some safety features. For example, IP65 rated? Check. automatic fire suppression, a pressure relief valve and self-heating below 10 degrees Celsius, so it keeps performing in the winter, all there. Now, of course, it makes a little bit of noise, but it's far below 30 dB. And on top of that, if you connect the device directly to the battery, it has a 0 millisecond switchover in case the power goes out. And for automatic charging based on dynamic pricing, it works with third-party meters like Shelly, HomeWizard, Tibber and Homey on top of EcoFlow's own P1 meter. Now, quick honesty check, because this is the first of 2 videos that I'm gonna make on the STREAM AC 5000. It's only been running in my setup for a few days so far, so I'm not making any final calls on real-world performance yet. The app looks really promising so far, but I want to live with it a bit longer before I can share some data or insights and share anything conclusive. That's what the next video is for. For now, I can say what I do find about the battery and what my final verdict is based on what I've experienced so far. So on the plus side, it's the best energy density in this comparison, an aluminum housing with fire safety upgrades, a meaningful better cooling system and expandability that goes beyond or far beyond anything else in this price range, up to 90 kilowatt hours. The 0 millisecond switchover and third-party smart meter support are generally useful too. On the downside, it's down to only 1 AC socket instead of 2 on the older models. So the final question is, who's this for? If you already have solar panels installed and want a serious expandable battery to pair with them, this is a strong pick. Especially if you can see yourself growing this system over time, because that 90 kilowatt hour ceiling is generally rare at this price point. It's also a good choice if floor space is tight. It's not for you if you want to plug solar panels directly into the battery itself. Then you must go for the Ultra X or the standard STREAM 5000 instead. And if you're expecting the full 3000 watt from day one without an expansion battery or existing solar production, temper that expectation a little. Now, what surprised me the most is how much they improved the cooling system and the housing in one generation. This isn't a small refresh, it's a proper step up. Now, if you want to see my older STREAM series video, you can watch it over here because we've reached the end of this video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can see the second video about the STREAM AC 5000. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.